In this episode of Tin Shed TV, we bring danger to the manifold.
Shut up!
Welcome back to another episode of Tin Shed TV. So, if you've been following on our socials, you would have seen I would have posted a picture of this contraption in an engine bay. Make sure, if you haven't, jump over, give it a like, follow it, because sometimes I just chuck photos up and it might be a spoiler alert what's coming. But what we have here is our new supercharger for the Monaro. As you can see, I got the old one over here, the old 2.3 litre Whipple supercharger. It's done a fantastic job. We cracked just over 600 horsepower.
$6.06. Woo! 0.9, round it up. I'll let you round it up.
You'll let round it up. I'm using the supercharger, but we were always on the edge of efficiency. It was fighting belt slip. It had a bunch of heat soak issues. So I decided to bite the bullet and go what I've been actually after, a very good piece of engineering, marble piece, engineering wise. So these are really good units. They obviously made over 1,000 horsepower on LSAs and V8s. We don't expect to make just that much power, but it will do it a lot easier and more efficiently than the older style unit. What we've been doing in the back end though is speaking to our good friends down at EVER Engineering in South Australia. So Matt has come on board and helped us out tremendously in the design of a new air plate for this unit. So basically it is still a diversion style plate, just like the old one here. It's actually 3D scanned off the original design. We went back and forward over and over again to see what would be better. And as you can see, it's ended up as a great piece of fabrication and work. So thank you, Matt, down at EVER. So in the gist of things, I'm not bagging anyone out, but the air plate that Mace make is obviously a casted model. It weighs 3 times as much as our fabricated alley plate one. So this is basically a massive CAD drawing, all printed out, cut up and re-welded. So that has definitely turned out a good piece right there. The obviously this is a Harrop TVS2650 supercharger. So it is obviously capacity wise only 10 to 15% bigger, but efficiently it will grab a lot more air per rotation. Just like the root style supercharger, which is like the M90, it takes the air and pulls it around the outside of the casing and pushes it into the motor. This tends to make more of a low down torque hit into the engine because of the way how it grabs the air. This does it more efficiently than an M90, but it will give more of a low down hit to the motor, which one is good, 2 is bad because we don't want to send Rodney to the moon. But it will give it more of a hit straight away and give you more of a pushback in your seat feeling more than this, where it's more of a top end, it just keeps going type feeling. So what we're going to do now is basically put it all back into the car, because it's been missing all these pieces, and we can see that it actually how it fits, which should be very similar to before, but a lot neater. Now my method for checking height between the two units probably isn't the best, because I don't have really a flat enough surface, but I would say the Harrop one is a bit taller, not by a lot there, which doesn't really become an issue in the engine bay. The real issue is actually down here at the pulley end, and I can tell you we're going to have a bit of an issue with this throttle body, because it tends to be about that much higher than the old one. So I have a bit of problems with the bonnet clearance, but I have a plan and an idea, but we'll get to that when we need to get to that. Fact checked, I don't think anyone's done what we've done here and tried to make a 2650 TVS rotor pack fit on a 3.8 litre V6, but we're happy to be the first, and we'll get something going real shortly. Okay, so now we're just going to go through and just finalise this plate. Now, most of all the edges are square, so that's going to make it a really bad way of how the air exits. So, as you can see, this line, it's actually the front line there on the lower intake manifold, so I've actually got a bit of room to play with. So I'm actually going to chamfer that way, so as the air comes in from the rear here, it'll slide in to the lower intake manifold quite nicely. Also gonna just radius the inside edges just to make it a bit of a better transition for the air as it comes into the lower intake manifold. It'll look really nice when it's done. We're not going to touch the outside edge, so we're going to leave about 3mm worth of material there. Give it some strength, but we'll go through, nipple that out, and make it look nice and flowing for the air path. Okay, so obviously make this fit, we're going to have to take this idler tensioner off for the moment, including that one, but that will have to obviously get trimmed because now that's in the way of the actual intake. So we'll take that off, we'll set it on here and see what it looks like. I don't know why people keep breaking these, but easiest way is just if you have a pry bar, just get behind the tab and just holding one side and slowly tapping with the other end. It just pops out like that. No one needs to break these. No unnecessary breakage is required. Gotta get that one off, so that one's not gonna pop out just yet. Alright, so now you got your two super long bolts out, and this is all wiggling like a sock, like a cock on a sock. You should be able to just get your pry bar. We're seeing it's just behind this little tab, and then wiggling out from this side, pops out like so. No broken tab. Because we actually want to see coolant pressure as well as temperature, we're going to remove the standard temp sensor, and we're going to replace it with this Bosch temp and pressure sensor all in one. So obviously that doesn't fit, so I've had to basically throw a little brass bung through the lathe and make a little adapter for it to fit. Alrighty, so adapter's in, looks nice and schmick in there, so we're just going to put that in there, and there we go. As it comes through, whoop, refocus. As the water comes through, it will come touch that tip, heat it up, get the right temperature, and then also we'll get the pressure as well. So we'll just put our hole up back here for some, basically some bleed, some hoses to connect. So 18 NTP, put that in there. Perfect. And that does our two nipples for the map sensor and the fuel rail. And now they'll be hidden up here behind the charger. So because we now have the electric water pump, we won't be needing a thermostat anymore. So we can use that in another project, or just go get a new one, because why not? So we're just going to basically goo it up, because we like goo, and then slap her on and send it. We'll be able to control the electric water pump speed, so as it heats up we can slow it down. So it probably doesn't make sense, but you want the water going as slow as possible through the radiator core to basically level off most of it as you can. So just quickly slap that on there, and we'll go all through that when we set up the Haltech ECU for the first time. But the good thing is I'll be able to get this down to under 70 degrees or something like that at the drags whilst it cools off in the pit lane. You can reuse the little in gaskets after you used them the first time. I always tend to put goo around the actual edges because they do get frail and that, but I wouldn't use them more than a second time. But this motor is going to get pulled out in probably another year's time and get a check over and a rebuild, so I'm not too fussed if it leaks a little bit of oil. But unfortunately, Mace was out of any extras, so we're just going to have to do what we do. It's just good to put a little bit of thread sealant around your lower intake manifold bolts, because they do go into passages where there is coolant and oil, so just for that extra little bit of security. Alright, so now we just got to torque them all up. Torque specifications for lower intake manifold is 14 to 24 Newton meters, but I'll go 25 because it's easy to read on the dial. And when you torque them up, just like the cylinder head, you start from the inside and work your way out. So we'll go here. Done. Perfect. Lower intake manifold installed. I want to put this charger on and see what it looks like in the engine bay. That's currently where it sits. Pushes against these hoses, but it sits back there pretty nice. Alright, well, as long as I don't do my back, leaning over the bonnet. Oh dear Lord! Oh God! I think our cameraman might need to give me a hand. sit about there. I'll put the bolt. I haven't put the bolts in yet, but without putting bolts in, that is roughly where I would sit. What do you reckon, Lee?
Oh yeah.
Now, as expected, the old tensioner and alternator bracket's not going to fit anymore, so I'm going to have to do some trimming. Truck pen before the height. And now I'm just going to cut all that off and make it fit. I think I got to get a better saw blade. Actually, I got an idea. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I think I'm going to get a better... That saw blade ain't going to do it. I think I'll get this version of blade for that thing. Now just give it a quick clean up with the flap wheel. Schmick. Oh, fresh O-ring feels. Just make sure when you pull these out, you just replace the O-ring because they do get old and brittle. Especially this one. Look at this one. Gone. So good way. Just make sure you replace them every time you pull them out. Just go put it in. And now, oh, perfect. Anyway, so with everything finally attached, we can put this all back together with the belt included. Alright, well, with the accessory belt all on now, time just to fit the charger and see how that all aligns. I'm going to do my back again, trying to get this in. I need some foot support. Hardest issue, this little bolt here, which is like a stud, it's got to clear that, so, and I can't put it in after, so, oh dear Lord. Let's get that down as far as possible. Should be as least high. That goes there. Where's that resting on? Ah, fuck me. Oh dear. And now my foot's stuck in there as well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have encountered an error, a problem. I did not see this on the design because I didn't have it at the time. That pulley obviously gets in the way. Did not think of that. Oh shit. Damn it. How big is... don't know. Let me see if I can swap something out and make it work. Alright guys, this is where I'm going to have to leave it because as you can see the height of that versus that, even if I was to find a smaller pulley, it's definitely near the center. So this bracket has to get redesigned from scratch again. So just out of curiosity, I stole another one of those other pulleys from that area off Lee's engine, and unfortunately, yeah, still, yeah, it won't work. So full redesign it is. So that's all we've got time for today. Make sure you give it a like, subscribe, give it a comment, because we are going to be sending this for a new, it's actually going to be the first ever. Like, I don't know any other 2650 blowers on a V6, but definitely going to be one of the first ones. But hopefully by we'll hopefully by next week we'll have all this done, and I'm going to start the Haltech wiring. But if not, at least I'm going to fix that part. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe again, give us a comment, and we'll talk soon. Ciao. Now, we couldn't leave it off just before with that issue, but it's all together now. Belts on, super tension at V2, working its magic. So obviously we can't fit the throttle body at the moment with that on it. So we've got to redesign this whole plate, move that in probably that direction a little bit. Wouldn't be an issue if this was a wide accelerator cable throttle body, but we like to do stuff really annoying and hard in the tin shed to see the results. But it'd be good once we have electric throttle body. It'd be something completely different. We'll be able to change stuff, do stuff. Yeah, so soon. Tune in soon. Make sure you like and subscribe. Do your magic. Do some keyboard warrior. Tell me I'm an idiot. I am an idiot because I do this type of crap. But we'll see you in the future. Ciao from the tin shed. Oh, there we go. Thumbnail picture. 44 minutes. Fuck yeah, I got a shitload of time. Welcome back to Tin Shed TV, and in this episode, we're gonna get our boost ons. Welcome to Tin Shed TV, the channel where we love to get blown. You know what sucks? Not this. In this episode of Tin Shed TV, we bring danger to the manifold. Yeah, that sounds better. And just like before, just keep wiggling it out. Oliver, you're fine. Anyway, so just keep wiggling it out, right from one side. I'm trying to record, god damn it! Alrighty. Ooh, okay. Restart the camera. Alright! Stupid dogs.